Hey, I'm Courtney Waterman, your tutor. Lover of anime, manga, and math. And you just tuned into another session of Tutor Me Sempai. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're jumping into a 4th grade topic, expanded form notation. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'll be putting time codes in for this video in the description box below, so use that to skip ahead to whatever part of it you think is most interesting. Now, if you have any questions about what we see today, or even your own homework, you can always put in the comment box below, or visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. This video should be a rather short one, so leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and let's get started. So the aim of expanded form notation is to answer the question, what do you have? Whenever you have a number, that number is telling you something, and expanded form notation is going to get to the bottom of it. So for example, let's say we had the number 53. What does 53 mean? Well, if we write in expanded form notation, we know exactly what this is trying to tell us. And in order to do that, we need to actually pay attention to the place values. The place values tell the entire story about what this number is trying to tell us. And if you're unfamiliar with place values, well, this is your ones place. This is your tens place. We don't have anything in the hundreds place or beyond that, so we kind of just stop here. Well, what does 5 in the tens place mean? Well, that means we have 5 tens. Well, what about 3 in the ones place? Well, that means we have 3 ones. And 5 tens, well, what does that look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what does 3 ones look like? 1, 2, 3. Now, how much is that? If we have 5 tens, what does that equal if we were to add everything together? Well, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 gives you a big fat 50. And what about these ones here? Well, 1 plus 1 plus 1, that gives you a pretty skinny 3. So if this means that you have 5 tens and 3 ones, well, that's really just 50 plus 3. And this is your expanded form. This is the story that your 53 is trying to tell you. You have 50 or 5 tens plus 3 or 3 ones. How about this number here, 274? What is this number trying to tell us? Well, let's write it in expanded form and figure it out. Notice we started with our highest number in our last example. We're going to do the same thing. You always start with your highest place value. Here we have ones, we have tens, and this time we have hundreds. So we're going to start with our hundreds, our highest place value, which is always going to be to the left. Well, what does this 2 in the hundreds place mean? Well, that means we have 2 hundreds. And the 7 in the tens place means we have 7 tens. And 4 in the ones place means we have 4 ones. Now, what does this look like? 2 hundreds. Well, we have 2 100s. And similar to how we did last time, we can add these together to get 200. How about 7 tens? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we were to add all of these together, we would get, well, what's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10? Well, that's going to be 70. And what about these 4 ones? Well, you got 1, 1, 1, 1. You're going to add them all together, and that's going to equal 4. So 2 hundreds, 7 tens, and 4 ones means we have 270 and 4. This is your expanded form. What happens if you're missing a place value? Let's say we have 502. Now, we have all the numbers filled in, but you notice that we have a 0 here, and the 0 is going to be in the tens place. We have ones here, and this is hundreds. And the 0 is in the tens place. Well, what does this mean? What is this trying to tell us? Well, let's break it down just like we just did, and let's figure out what the 0 in the tens place means. This 5 in the hundreds place means we have 5 hundreds. This 0 in the tens place should mean we have 0 tens. And the 2 in the ones place means we should have 2 ones. Now, 5 hundreds, we know that to be 5 hundreds, and we can add that to be 500. 0 tens. Well, what do we write there? Well, if that's 5 hundreds and we wrote it out 5 times, how many times are you going to write the 10? 0 times. We don't write anything here because we have no tens. How about the ones? How many ones do we have? We have 2 ones, so we can just write them out like that. We're going to add these up anyway, so let's write them out like that. And we have that left. So because we don't write anything here, we can effectively ignore that. So we really only have 5 hundreds and 2 ones. So that 500s means we have 500, and the 2 ones means we have a 2. We add them together. This is our expanded form notation. So in this example, we have something in the ones place, we have something in the tens place, we have something in the hundreds place, and this time we also have something in the thousands place. So it doesn't matter how big this gets, you can do this shortcut or the long way, but you can definitely do the shortcut to get your answer very fast. The goal of this shortcut is to use your place values to the max. Let's group everything together by their place values. And I have 4 different colors for the 4 different place values. This should show you what I mean. So this 4 here, we're going to group that 4 together. This 1 here, we're going to group that together as well. So I'm gonna make a slightly bigger box. This 3 here, we're going to do the same thing. So a slightly bigger box. And this 2 here, we're going to have a slightly bigger box. So we've grouped everything together by their place values, and we denoted it by different colors. And you can see by those colors, each color is focused on one number. So we're going to take each and every one of these blocks and write out their place values. So the red means we have 4 spaces, right? 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. The blue means we have 3 spaces. So I'm going to say plus 1, 2, 3. The green shows us 2 spaces. So plus 1, 2. And the purple only has 1 space, so 1. And like I said, each color focuses on one number. The purple focuses on 4. The green, although it has a 4 there, it's already in a box. The 1 is not in a box, so the 1 is going to be what it focuses on. And we always write it to the left. That's the first number in our box, so we write it to the left. For this blue, our 3 is what we focus on, so we write the 3 there. And the red, the 2 is what's focused, so we write the 2. Every other spot that is not focused on gets a 0. Just as easy as that. So these get 0s, the blues get 0s, and the greens get 0s. Because there are no 0s in the ones, nothing happens there. Now we have our expanded form. 2,000 plus 300 plus 10 plus 4, and all we did was focus on our place values. That's our shortcut. If you know your place values, you see the number that starts your place value, you can put that there, and you keep the same number of place values afterwards, but you add zeros, and then you focus on the next place value. You keep that first number, you add zeros for the remaining numbers. And you do that until you have all your place values accounted for. Let's look at one more example in which we practice this with an even bigger number. Let's say we have this number here, 274,083. We're going to break this up into its place values, and we always start with the biggest number, that 2 here. So we're going to write this 2, and then we're going to put place values for everything else. And remember, we're going to put zeros for everything that's not focused after that 2. Next, we're going to have our 7. And then we're going to put zeros for every other place value. Next, we have that 4. and then 0 for every other place value. Now we have a 0 here. Remember what we did way back where we had a 0 in a place value. Nothing shows up, so we can skip whenever there's a 0 in a place value. So we go to our 8, and we put that there, and then put a 0 there, and then we finish it off with our 3. So this one is going to be 200,000 plus 70,000 plus 4,000 plus 80 plus 3. This whole thing is our expanded form notation. Good job. So I hope you have followed today's video, and I hope you're able to see that expanded form can actually tell you the story behind your numbers. If you have any question about what we saw today, or even your own homework, remember you can always put in the comment box below or visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. If you haven't done so already, remember leave that like. It really helps the channel by letting YouTube know that you found this video helpful, and it could potentially be helpful for somebody else. So leave that like, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this video with a friend. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I'm really hoping this helped with your homework, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Courtney, and this is another session of Tutor Me Sempai.